back to Great Expectations. Your boy Todd here. So I've been getting a lot of questions and seeing a lot of posts on Facebook and the forums in regards to the beaver tail rudder system on the Feelfrees and the Three Waters, how to install them. Apparently there's no instructions with it, so what I'm going to do is do a quick video on how to install this rudder system and get it properly lined up, get all the pins in there and the washers and everything in place so that everybody can figure out, you know, how to get the rudder on there at least. I'll leave the tensioning of the drive lines or the steering lines up to each individual person. That's pretty simple, but I'll at least show you how to get the washers and everything on there so that you can see how it's installed. So let's get to it. Okay, what we'll start with is showing you how mine's already installed, and I think that's probably the easiest way to go about it instead of starting from scratch with all the pieces already out. I think it's good to show you what your finished product is going to look like. You have your left steering line and your tensioner, or your locking up for the tension. And you have the right steering line. You have your this is your cable to make your rudder go up and down, and it feeds in there. And then you have this right here. This is there's a spring in here that keeps the tension on it, keeps it down, makes it go down. That's the tension on that. And then obviously you have your pin, you have a washer, a cotter pin, and that's pretty much it. So that's how we're going to start with. We'll start with deconstructing this a little bit. The first thing that you're going to have to do is obviously on the bottom here you have, and what you'll need, all you're going to need for this is a screwdriver and a pair of needle-nose pliers. So take out your cotter pin. That's going to be one of our things. And then up here on the top, if you can see, there's some line right here. There's a screw right here. It's a Phillips screw. You just loosen that up. You just turn that, and that's going to you know, take the tension off the bottom down there. So we're just going to hold this. Actually, probably best to do it with your cotter pin right there to give you something to hold on to. And then you're just going to take, and mine's got Loctite on it, so it takes it a little bit. Get that loose. Unscrew that. Cotter pin out. Alright, so take our pin out. This is our pin. So then we have a washer. And I keep dropping stuff. And the kayak will not hold it all up here. And we have another washer. So that's just the quick deconstruct. You saw how quick and easy that was, right? You see we have the built-in bushing there. There's a bushing right there. Now I have, and you'll see the screw that we unloosened. It's up in here. And I already have lithium grease in there. Put some good lithium grease in there. This is how you put it back together. So basically you're going to take, like I said, man, I can't get anything to stand up here today. Woo! So we're going to take our pin. You have our pin. We have our two washers. So pin, two washers, and a cotter pin, and that holds everything in place. So I do have a little bit of Loctite down in there to hold it in place. So basically you want to put, you're going to have one washer on top, okay, and then you're going to set your screw right down in there, and then on the bottom you're going to have your, you put this with these little holes at the bottom. You want the open end with the screws on the top. Put it through there. Put your washer right there. Again, if I can hold on to stuff. Washer right there. That's dirty now. Wipe that off real quick. Alright. That washed off. And then you're going to insert that up through there so that you connect with that screw. So then you're going to take your screw and you're going to start tightening it down a little bit here. Now here's the tricky part. This is where most people get screwed up and don't get things right. you'll see these little pins right here. The way this works is you're going to want to keep tension on the bottom down there. If you put this will go up this, so you're going to have washer, and then your cotter pin, and you can see the holes. If you screw that all the way up where it's tight, you're not going to be able to get this pin in the tightest in the tightest hole that you can. So leave it a little loose, because what if you tighten this all up, this is you're going to get it tightened all the way up. I'll show you what happens. So we'll get it tightened all the way up, and then that top hole is no longer visible, and you can't get the cotter pin in there. So you put it in this hole right here, and what happens is that's loose, and then you got all this slop in it right here. So leave the screw, just get it threaded so that it's already in there, so it's at least holding. Push your washer all the way up tight, get that top hole, put your cotter pin in, hold your cotter pin, and then use your screwdriver and tighten down your bolt. So now you see there's no slop hardly in there. That's as tight as you can get it. That cotter pin's holding those two washers together, and this is holding your rudder together. And again, I usually put some lithium grease in there to help it move around a little bit. But I mean, that is as simple as it gets right there. So again, this is your line right here for your beaver tail up and down, and these are your tension lines. Your rudder system, you got a spring in here. You can back the screw out if you've got too much tension and your beaver tail won't move up and down. You can back this out just a little bit, lubricate it. Then you have your washer, your cotter pin, your shaft with your cotter pin holes, and then your screw at the top. That is it. And then when you tighten your drive system down, you obviously use your set screws with the Allen wrench down in here. There's set screws down in the top of those. That's pretty much it. That is it. That is simply it for installing this system. It's not that hard. It's very easy, but that key part is leaving this top screw loose enough so that you can get that cotter pin in the tightest possible pin, so that you don't have a whole lot of slop in here. Okay, so I hope this video helped you guys figure out how to get this in here. If it didn't, leave a comment, and I'll try to help you out as much as I can. So simple, super simple, super duper simple. I know when you first look at it, you're like, man, I don't want to get this wrong, but it's really not that hard. It's pretty simple. So did I mention it's simple? Hey, it's simple. So hope that helps. Subscribe to the channel, give me a like. If nothing else, give me a like, but I would love some subscriptions. Share the channel, comments, questions, love them. Ideas for new videos, love them as well. Remember to love your family, and remember God loves you. Talk to you later.